Okay, so this is our offensive identity. This is what you're going to see on film when you turn us on and take a look at us. Number one, you're going to see that our best players are featured. I'm just really big on people are more important than scheme at the end of the day. So if you look at us over the last few years, in 22, our best player on offense was the region player of the year. In 24, our best player on offense was the offensive player of the year in our region. In 25, our best player was the offensive player of the year in the region. Every year, our best players in this offense have broken school records. Um, and so you can just kind of just see, like, no matter what we do, our best players are the ones leading the way. And it's our scheme has been flexible and adjustable enough that even though, those um, those different types of talent may differ and may change a little bit. One year it may be a quarterback, one year it may be a running back, one year it may be a tight end, whatever it may be. Um, no matter what, our best players are always the one leading the way for us. So that's the first thing you're going to see on film. The other thing you're going to see us play fast, and it's for us. It's a culture, it's an attitude, a mentality. It's something that we work on every single day. It's what begins and ends every conversation at our place. It's the first time our offense takes the field for practice. It's the very first thing that we work on in practice number one. Period number one. Um, we're going to play with limited verbiage. We're not real wordy in our calls. We try to, be one word calls as much as we possibly can. Our play caller is always going to be our signaler. I'm the play caller, and I'm also the guy that does all the signals. The signals and the play calls and the verbiage, everything needs to be linked up. And the faster that the next call that's coming from my head can immediately get signaled to the players on the field is the most important. And we work on this every day in practice. I mean, every period, whether it's inside run, whether it's Skelly, whether it's team, anytime that we're signaling plays, and I'll do it a lot even in individual time, where I'll make sure that even when we're practicing a play, our players see the signal of that play first, so that they're constantly getting ingrained in their minds of like, hey, that signal equals I do this. So even on practice days, we'll coach and teach technique, but in terms of putting together the name of the play to what we're doing, we kind of get away from the words and we try to focus it to the signals as much as we can. So, play caller's got to be your signaler. Tempo mechanics is something that we teach. So, in order to go fast, we don't want to just create chaos. We don't want our guys to be running around like chickens with their heads cut off. So when we play fast, there's got to be a technique to it. There's got to be a way that they work together. We teach our guys that subtle, subtle movements. We want our guys to be subtle in what they do. We don't want guys, running around like chaos. We want subtle movements in everything they're doing. Subtle is smooth and smooth is fast. We're trying to eliminate wasted movement, and that's going to create more speed than just trying to run around with a bunch of great effort and sprint everywhere you're going. So we're trying to be really efficient, cut out everything that's a distraction, cut out everything that's unneeded, and just get down to how to go play fast with proper technique. And I'll get into that a little bit more. The other thing you're going to see us do is we script plays on game day. You'll see us, we'll go into every game with a script. We always lead off the game with about a 5 or 6 play script for that first drive. You're also going to see us go out there and carry scripted series. So we might say, hey, I want a 3 play series, for first, second, third down. And we'll call those gas series when we go out there and do that. But it just simply comes down to the very first down in every drive. That is the most crucial part of being able to go fast. So everything that we can do to create that first down, that's the number one thing. So we'll use scripts and we'll use different types of series of play organization. Tempo mechanics for us is going to look like this. We're teaching all of our ball carriers, no matter who it is, who they've got to get the ball to at the end of the play. We never hand the ball to the line judge. We never hand the ball to the side judge. The ball has to go to the umpire in the middle of the field. He's going to spot the ball. We got to get the ball into his hands as fast as we can. Even if that ball, is run out of bounds in any way, shape, or form, we got to sprint back into the field and give that ball to the umpire. We even try to teach our guys, try not to toss it to the umpire. If we can hand it to him, we're better off, because I don't want to rely on the athleticism or the hand-eye coordination of the referees. I don't have any control over that. But so if I can hand it to him, I can guarantee less likely that ball is going to get dropped down to the ground and we're going to lose time in the spot. We want the ball to get spotted as fast as possible. So we teach our ball carriers, get the ball to the umpire. We teach our receivers that when we're getting lined up, we're two hands pointing forward to indicate when we're on the ball. We're two hands pointing backward to indicate that we're off. We want to be blatant about that, because we don't want to have to wait on that communication with the line judge to know whether or not we're lined up correctly. So by simply lining up immediately and getting that point going forward, I can still get eyes over to the signaler to see, what the play call is that I've got going on, and the line judge is already getting, my communication of where I'm supposed to be at. So when I glance back over to him, he can tell me real quickly what I need to do, if I need to back up, if I need to scoot forward, whatever it is. So I want to be, use my body language, a two-hand point, make it very blatant. If I'm on, I'm pointing forward. If I'm off, I'm two hands pointing backward. With our center, we're teaching our center, find the line judge as soon as that last play comes to an end. You're finding the line judge, and you are sprinting to the yard line that line judge is on. And the only thing we need the center to know is, where did that ball finish? Did it finish in between the hashes, or did it finish outside of a hash? If it finished outside of a hash, you simply go to that hash on the yard line that line judge is on. So we don't teach our centers run to the ball and go find the ball spot. We're teaching our center, find the line judge and get on the yard line that ball is going to be spotted on. So a lot of times you may even see our center is standing over the spot where the ball is going to get spotted at before the ball gets there, and that helps us to be fast. The rest of the O-line, we're just teaching them to play off the center. Wherever that guy's getting lined up at, that's where you guys need to be going to. The rules that we lay out, again, for the center, find the line judge, know where the ball is going to be at, and make sure that you get to that yard line. For the outside receivers, you're lining off with the tackle's foot. For our slots, we want them to hug the line of scrimmage as close as possible. We don't want our slots to be way back in the backfield, and we're always using that point, two hands pointing forward or two hands pointing back. QBs, running backs, this should also include tight ends, receivers, everybody. Give the ball to the umpire. If you're tackled inbounds, get the ball to the umpire who's going to be working to your location. If you're tackled out of bounds, run the ball into the umpire. The fastest way to get the ball set is to get the ball inside to the umpire, be decisive, and ensure that the ball is in the official's hands. We don't want our guys to toss it to them. We want to hand it to the official. Okay, so what does that look like? This is kind of what we all hope for when we're going fast. The ball's getting snapped. Not a single defensive player has a hand on the ground. If you go counting up all these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14 players the defense has on the field. So we've caught them in a transition that they don't want to be in right now. We're going faster than they get lined up. This is what we really hope for when we're going fast. This doesn't often happen. So any disciplined defense is going to be able to line up with us. So typically that's not what we're getting, is, just simply being lined up before the defense gets lined up. What we mainly gain out of it is being able to force the defense to just play in a certain call, and it keeps them from getting, having the ability to really disguise everything they're doing and create confusion for us. So if we go back in time, this is really when we started playing really fast. This goes back to 2017 at Coffeyville Junior College. And this will give you a sense on this drive right here. What we hadn't incorporated yet was the wide splits. We hadn't started doing that, but you're going to see us and kind of how we play fast right here. And you're going to force this same look from the defense over and over and over. All right, quarterback keeps it on this. We're getting upfield. We're getting upfield. The ball comes out of his hands right there at the bottom, but look at the running back. Gets it to the umpire as fast as he can, and we're getting the ball spotted, and everybody's working to get lined up. You can see where the O-line's at. O-line is all together, that wherever the center's at, they're following the center. They're getting lined up. What you don't see from the O-line is a bunch of chaos, okay? We're not running out there. You know, we're not running out there, running around like we're worried. We're not running, like we don't know what we're doing. Everybody knows what we're doing. Everybody knows how to get lined up. Hey, see the call, get lined up quick. Don't do anything that you don't need to do that's going to take it longer for us to get lined up. We get the next play going. We get it handed off. We're moving forward. And same thing. Hey, we're trying to get lined up as fast as we can. O-line's all right there. Receivers and everybody are getting the next call. Quarterback's already got the next call in the game. We're getting lined up and we're going as fast as we can. All right, same thing again. So this just gives you an idea of kind of the tempo, the speed of what we're doing offensively. Okay. Now we'll use scripts and we'll use series. So you can kind of see right here. This is from earlier in the year against Cherokee, and this is going to be a 6-play script to start the game. So this is the beginning of the game. Okay, all this is scripted out, and what you'll really notice from the players is in between plays, just them knowing what the next play is going to be and where to get lined up. The thing that we couldn't always control is the hash and where the play is going to finish at. So we practice this. Our first 6 plays of every team script throughout the whole week was this script right here. And we would base it off of the left hash and we would base it off the right hash over and over. So our players knew that all they needed to know from the signaler was whether we're going left or right with these calls. But for the most part, they had all the calls memorized out. We start off with an incompletion on the very first one, but they know what the next play is. You can see our receivers and our tailback are already getting lined up into the next play. And so they're already lined up in this set, ready to go. And I'll let this play out. I'm going to take the tight shot and the end zone shot off of here, so to speed through a little bit quicker. So the second play, they already knew we were going to be lined up in. We did deal with. We had a really slow operation with the referees and getting the ball set, the chains, and all that stuff. But you can see our players already kind of know where the next one's going to be at. Watch our tight end right here. He knows when that play's over. He knows what the next play is. He's just simply looking at me for, are we going right or are we going left? Which one is it? Okay, we're going right. I know where I got to be at. I know I got to move to the inside. And so we're automatically up to the next play. We hadn't changed any personnel. I don't know why it was taking so long to get the ball spotted, but our guys were ahead of schedule in knowing what to do. All right, our guys already know where the next one's going. You can see this. Our running back already knows after that play. I know on the next play I'm coming into the backfield. All right, I already know which side I'm supposed to be on. Now, in these next 2 plays, we actually had they knew what these 2 plays were going to be right here, but they knew that this 2-play part of it was not, they were not going to have to worry about any left to right. So we were doing what we called a NASCAR, which essentially meant like, hey, I'm going to run this play with a NASCAR, meaning you guys already know what the second play is going to be coming off of it, and nobody needs to worry about, left or right on this stuff. So this is it. We're running the first one, and it's immediately going to come back with a NASCAR on the second one. We're upfield, we're running, and the guys already know what the next play is going to be. The ball was not fumbled. He was marked down right there by the referee. All right, the very next play, our guys are already on the ball. We're lined up well before anybody else is. Just ran into a lot of chain issues in this game. And we were not at home, by the way. All right, they knew what the next play was. There's play 5, and then this is play 6 in the script. We literally went out and ran our script for the first 6 plays in the game and ran it down and produced exactly what we wanted to. We knew the 6th play, if we got to it, we'd be in the red zone, and so that was our play right there. So we'll run scripts and we'll run series, do everything we can to create that first down in the drive and get momentum. Once we get momentum off that first down, then the defense has a lot that they got to deal with. Okay, you're going to see us play, lined up in spread, and we're going to play with wide splits. We found that has had a huge effect on the defense for us. It gets defenders out of the box. It makes it easier for quarterbacks to read reliefs. It stretches the defense horizontally, and that horizontal stretch for us, even in pass game, we found out allows us to isolate coverage defenders in the pass game. We're also going to pair that up with a vertical run game. We get our running back downhill fast, and we like to press. We have some different run mesh points that we work to, but for the most part, most of our run game is all pressed right at the center's crack, right in the middle of the whole formation. We want to get that running back downhill as fast as we can. We teach our quarterbacks run mesh with the running back every time, even on plays when you know you're going to end up pulling it. We always want the run mesh to be there. It's going to hold coverage. It's going to hold linebackers to the box. It makes life a whole lot easier. And the biggest thing is it keeps us from having to worry about, is the running back going to step into the quarterback's throwing lane when that happens. If we run mesh every time, the running back will always be out of the way. Our receiver splits are going to look like this. If you're in the number 1 spot in the formation, so to your side, if you're the widest receiver, if you're to the boundary, you're 3 yards from the sideline. If the ball's spotted in the middle of the field and you're in that position, you're 3 yards from the sideline. If you're to the wide side of the field, if the ball is spotted in the left hash and you're the widest receiver to the right, you're going to be on the number. So for the outside receivers, you're always either 3 yards from the sideline or widest situation, you're going to be on the number. If you're in the number 2 spot, meaning you're the first inside receiver to your side, if you're to the boundary, you automatically get on the number. If the ball's spotted in the middle of the field, you're going to play in the divide, halfway between the hash and the number. And if you're to the wide side of the field, you're just automatically going to be on the hash. If you're in the number 3 spot, if we're in a 3x1 or any version of an empty, if you're in the 3 spot, you're just splitting the difference between the outside slot and whatever down lineman's inside of you, whether it's a tackle or tight end. So you can see here, if we're to the boundary, okay, outside guy, 3 yards from the sideline, number 2's on the number, 3 splits the difference. If the ball is spotted in the middle of the field, again, outside guy is still 3 yards from the sideline, number 2 is in the divide, halfway between the hash and the number 3 is splitting the difference. If we're to the wide side of the field, now number 1 gets on the number 2 is on the hash, and 3 is still just splitting the difference. These are what those wide splits are going to look like. You can see on the back end, we're pulling some people out. We're going to hand this ball off. We're working a man zone inside the box right now, and we're working our now screens on the outside. We're going to hand this off against the box we probably shouldn't hand it against. Now, we started this drive back on the other side of the field, so we're mid drive right now. We got a lot of momentum and we're going fast, and we've had some success in running game. I think our quarterback just really felt like we were moving these guys well and handed off one that he shouldn't have. We teach that this ball should go out here to the side. But you can see even in coverage, if we throw the ball downfield, we're able to get isolated one-on-one matchups versus these guys, and that's really that's what we want to throw the ball against right there. But this is us, vertical run game. We're going to get downhill as fast as we can right now, keep the shoulders square on the running back, and pair that up with wide reliefs. All right, wide splits right here. Now the quarterback's operating the right way. We're uncovered. Too many guys in the box. Look, I'm uncovered to number 2 down here to the bottom. So We should run mesh. Quarterback almost, or the running back almost gets into the path of the quarterback right here, and that's on the quarterback. He should have run mesh this thing, but he takes the uncovered. The wide splits make it really easy to see and recognize that stuff, and so we go +7 right there on 1st and 10. All right, so the wide splits are helping us. You can see up top to the wide side of the field, number one's on the numbers, number two's on the hash, 3 yards from the sideline, middle of the numbers. He could probably be a little bit wider, all right, but number two being where he is makes it real easy to complete that hitch and get upfield. All right, wide splits again down here. Look, wide side of the field. All right, number one's on the number, two's on the hash, number two's on the number, 3 yards from the sideline right here, okay? And we're able to hand it off versus a light box. You can see what happens, okay? The one to the boundary right here, we're able to see him playing outside, and so we know we're handing this ball off versus a 5-man box, okay? And we can get upfield, get the thing going. All right, here we go. We go run some power right here. The wide splits, you can see right now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 outside of the box. I've got a 6-man box versus our 11 personnel or 20 personnel, however you want to look at it, being a sniffer right here. So we can go run power versus a 6-man box, and that's what we want to be able to do. We're going to bring the motion. He's going to roll up. We're going to force this one to widen out. All right, so the box never changes right here. We're still running it versus 6-man box. So wide splits and a downhill run game. And we get the ball down to the 1-yard line on this play. All right, the other things you're going to see from our offense, you're going to see us take shots, and I'll cover those shots a little bit later in the other parts where we talk about our passing game. But you're going to see us take shots. You're going to see us run choice. Okay. Our quick game passing is based on a very simple deal. We're going to use quick game to take the easy stuff into beat man coverage. Okay. Our quick game is built on 4 very basic individual routes: a hitch, a slant, an out, and a slot option at the end of the day. And we'll cover that in the passing game. Screen game, we're going to run a lot of screens in this offense, and we believe in using screens with fast tempo. Screens, we use screens off of, pass sets. We use screens off of run plays. Any different way that we can to set up jailbreaks and tunnels and running back screens, those things. We're going to do all that stuff. And we like it when we're going fast, because when we go fast, we keep defenses focusing on alignment and being lined up the right way. And they're spending less time focusing on their read keys and paying attention to offensive tendencies. And so your screen game becomes a lot better. It's a lot easier to catch people off guard with that stuff. And it's the easiest way to get the ball to your best player in space. That's why we love screens. We can really force where that ball goes. This is a 2-play setup from a game last season. We're gonna do a check and force them to check out to their quarters look, so that we can just go throw our quick out to the slot. Okay. There's a quick 6-yard pickup to the slot right there. We're going to tempo this and immediately come right back with the screen to the same side slot off of the run game. So we showed dart run game in the box right here. We're pulling the left, tackle. We're getting a run fake down to the running back away from where the screen's going. We're really pulling that defense away. So we're able to go fast. All right, that defense is focused on getting lined up, and they're spending less time working on, read keys or tendencies from what we're doing at the end of the day. We knew that on at the beginning of a play, they were going to show us a 0 look. If we check, they were going to check out to some type of deep look. So we were able to check them out on 2nd down and go gain an easy +6, get into a 3rd and manageable. We're in 3rd and 4 right here, and we tempoed it and went fast. We knew that they would line up in a 0 look and play man to us, and they try to bring some pressure and keep everybody down in that box. And so we like going fast, being able to come right back with the screen call and get that player out there in space right there. That was a really good play for us. So that's what we do, and that's what our offense is going to look like when you look at us on film. You're going to see speed, tempo. You're going to see our best players getting featured. You're going to see wide splits with a vertical run game so that we can work RPOs. You're going to see us take shots. You're going to see a simple quick game that we're going to use to take advantage of the easy things that you give us and to go beat your man coverage. And you're going to see us use the screen game and pair that up with our fast tempo to give us every advantage that we can try to get.